Welcome, everyone. Tim Marlowe here with Be the Better Local, coming to you live here. It's Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. We got our great friend, Andy Vargo, on the mics with us.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
The blue looks
excited.
good. We
Thank
had
you.
orange last week, I believe.
Yeah, orange last week, red yesterday.
Okay.
I kind of am, rotating through the red, orange, and blue, and just, trying to figure out which color to stick with.
There you go.
I feel like I'm working construction when I wear the orange, especially when I walk downtown because there's so much construction going on. I keep waiting for people to wait for me to wave them through.
Right? Safety first.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sometimes I do.
It.
I'll just stand on the street and I'll just be like,
well, maybe that's something we could do and introduce to the construction companies. Maybe we can introduce them to your orange shirts as something that they can wear for safety and potentially marketing.
Yeah, I could put the yellow stripes on them,
right?
For the day glow stripes. Yeah.
Well, welcome, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing absolutely amazing today. Again, this is Tim Marlowe with Be the Better Local. I want to say a quick shout out to our sponsors. We have Olive Group with Jake Nyman. He's a web design and marketing strategy group and just does amazing things for us here at BD Local. And hopefully, if you have any of those needs, go contact him and we can do some business together.
And we've got BD Local Networking Group and Podcast Studios here where you're seeing this amazing show coming from.
All of this.
Reach out today to get your show on the air and just make sure you're loving all the shows that you see in the network because they can all use some love.
Like them, comment them, and share because, they aim to inspire. And so if we can just touch one person each and every day, we're excited about doing all that good stuff virtually. Right. And then we also have Andy Vargo here. He's usually the comedian here.
You're on a roll today, though.
And he's one of our sponsors as well. So thank you, Andy. And where can people find you?
All over the internet at Andy Vargo Awkward Career or awkwardcareer.com.
Sweet. And so we have 3 interviews today, and so we normally would go into kind of like our small business shout out, and so I just want to shout out our guests that are coming up, and we have Sean Durnan with the 9 Line Resource Group, and so he had a veteran resource group. He's the president. He'll be coming up here shortly. We have a local musician as well.
Yeah, we got Brandon coming on.
Yeah, we got Brandon and
we
one
got
more.
Justin.
Yep, Justin. And so we will be probably right back in just a few moments. We're going to get Sean on the mics here, and we'll see you in just a moment. Cool. Welcome back, everyone. Tim Marlowe here, Andy Vargo, and, of course, our great friend on the other side of the mic there, Sean Durnan. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, it's never a bad time to be in the studio with you guys.
It's always good.
I appreciate it, man. So you've seen a couple different studios here. This isn't the first time you've been on BD Local or on our show, so definitely welcome back. COVID-19 has hit everybody strong for the most part, and we're learning to adapt and overcome, and I hate saying it, but there's always this word called pivot, and so we're all pivoting and all this stuff. So we're here to highlight your organization, which is 9 Line, and we want to learn more about what you have going on and why is it so special to be coming on in the month of September and October. So let's dig right into it, my friend.
No, I appreciate that. So a lot of people know that September is Suicide Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. And especially with COVID-19, I mean, it's really a hard time for people to kind of readjust to what's going on around them. When COVID-19 hit, it was just nothing short of a nightmare. Mm-hmm. The schools closed, the economy kind of took a pretty hard hit. Mm-hmm. And so we're just now starting to look at what even the efforts to recover look like, if any, right now.
Right.
So, of course, like any other organization, 9 Line had to kind of cease operations for a while. Our annual event, the Resource Fair at the Tacoma Dome, we just couldn't accommodate.
We were trying.
Mm-hmm. We tried everything, right? You guys were awesome. We had a lot of great community sponsors, but when it came down to it, sheer numbers overwhelmed us, and we just couldn't. Mm-hmm. So what we did instead was focus on what we could do.
Right.
Why look at it as a glass half full kind of concept? Mm-hmm. And again, with everything going on, mental health is definitely right now a number one priority. Making sure families are taken care of, reaching out to the ones we love, and then also making sure that we have the ability to give people a chance to get out, get involved, and still have that sense of community, which is what we're all trying to accomplish.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So recently, courtesy of these cool little things from our
let's see 'em.
amazing,
Yeah,
selfish,
check
those
selfish
out.
plug, our amazing sponsors from Humana and the Veterans Crisis Line, the Ruck event.
Yeah, this looks like a racer thing.
Oh, it's right. I mean, I didn't design it. That was courtesy of Aldana from Humana. Thank you
nice.
guys. Love you guys. And our amazing push for this was Samantha George. She's just an amazing advocate for veterans. Comes from a military family herself, so we're very grateful for them.
Yeah.
But this event actually is unique in itself to the sense that you don't have to do it with other people. You don't have to do it in a group. You don't have to do it on a mountain. You don't have to do it on the street. You can do it on a treadmill. You can. The idea is to ruck the 22K, which
Right.
when you convert it, it's about 15 miles.
Okay.
Right. So the 15 miles will not only support the initiative to try to end veteran suicide for the 22 initiative for veteran suicide itself. We lose 22 veterans to suicide daily. So the goal here is to be able to give that purpose, give that meaning, and then any money that we get from this actually will support that mental health initiative, support COVID relief, help those families local to Tacoma, to Pierce County that may need that support. Because the numbers are staggering. And I know we talked about it earlier, gentlemen, but one of the biggest issues is access to services, access to care, the not knowing. So that's essentially what we're doing here is bringing awareness, but also the caveat to that is raising money to support those who need it most right now.
Right. Now this is a 22K.
Yes.
And it says on here, it says September to October. So do we do like a kilometer a day or?
I have no limitations for how you guys want to handle it.
No, I mean, it sounds like because since we're virtual this year,
Yeah.
you can just not make it just a one-time event where, I can't make it, I have to do this. I can't
do it
make
whenever
it.
it works
You
for
can
you.
actually, we're kind of giving you some leeway here. And if you didn't want to do all 15 miles or 22 kilometers in one day, it sounds like you can kind of just do it and just keep the event going.
Well,
it seems like.
And so obviously it's to raise funds. So are we looking like as people sign up and run? Is there a page for them to get people to go sponsor them, or do they do their own Facebook page and gather those?
So we have it a couple different ways. So one of our programs, Route Step Outdoors, you can find them on Facebook. It's under there, you can register, but the main registration is actually under Eventbrite.
Okay.
So if you just type in Rock the Ruck, it'll come right up.
Okay.
We are asking for a $5 donation.
Yeah.
And then anyone who completes it, again, you can do this while you're grocery shopping, hanging out with the kids, just add the steps up.
Right.
And in a society that has cool, smart devices, we can just keep track of those.
Right.
Right.
So
I bet you have your phone on you.
you have no idea, right? Because when they said, "Hey, you should try this," I was like, "Okay." So no, they just go on the website, register, $5 donation. We have sponsor slots as well. And again, all the money from that will go towards COVID relief and then mental health services for families who need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And then we also have all these cool hashtags set up. Once you register, and then you can actually post on Facebook like, "Hey, I did it," or "Look, I'm doing it." And then we have these cool little things here that you can wear while you're doing it, or you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
definitely support.
yeah, and at the end of it, Humana has been gracious enough to give us the sponsor dollars to actually purchase medals and shirts.
Oh, that's what I was
Okay.
going to ask. Like, is there any gear that people can support or wear during this time as well?
Yes, and in fact, I have not seen them yet because my manufacturers just don't want me to see them yet.
Surprise!
Right, here you go. But actually, I've heard they're really cool looking. My team's had eyes on them. So yeah, I mean, anyone who completes them, they just email us. Again, we're doing the whole social media virtual ruck concept.
Right.
So the ability to get these things and then say, "Look, I did it," and then wear your gear whenever you want, have your cool
Right.
medal whenever you want to show it off. That's kind of the incentive behind this.
So,
Yeah.
what if you did want to do this with a group of people? Is there anybody that is kind of bringing people together that is, healthy and safe and are okay with, just being around groups of people a little bit more? Is there anybody that's, coming together in that aspect yet?
So what my team will be doing at Nine Line, we will actually have this at Bainbridge Island.
Okay.
We've already talked to the local city council, everything like that. So we're going to have a bunch of people out there on the final dates we're deciding is between the 3rd of October and the 10th.
Okay.
And we'll post those final dates. And so we'll be handing these cool things out for everyone to wear. And then we'll have, again, social distancing practices in place. We'll have masks, of course, and then, just make a day of it.
Right.
And that'll kind of be the it's already kicked off, but it'll be kind of like an official kickoff.
Right,
Sure.
right. It's kind of, it brings a face to that virtual sense of things.
Yeah, so why I'm out there sweating and crying and not being as in great a shape as I used to be, everyone else can join in.
Right,
Right.
right,
Great.
right. I love it.
Yeah.
Rucksacks full of, the Red Bulls I remember our drill sergeants doing and all that good stuff. I'm like, you're telling me I can't fill my canteen up with a Red Bull, but all you have is Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull.
Right. Oh, man. Good times, good times.
And you should be a sponsor now, Red Bull, actually.
Yes.
Right. There you go. Right. Just encourage them into it.
Well, this is absolutely amazing because it's very important. Like you said, each day there's 22 soldiers or veterans that lose their lives to this, and so this brings light to something that is a daily shadow to many. And so I love the fact that you have all this going on. Is there anything else that you have going on? What's the future for Nine Line, and maybe a little bit? What can we prepare ourselves for, and where can people continue to donate even outside of this great event that you got going on?
So as always, we encourage people to go on our website, www.nineline.org. If not there, what Nine Line is looking at is a very big acquisition coming up. I can't talk too much to that right now, but it's going to be huge.
Things are coming.
Yeah. And the other pieces of that is that we will be doing more virtual events.
Okay.
We realize there's a huge limitation on people getting out, getting involved. And really, we just want to get outside. You know? And as long as we're following those practices, being involved in our own health, there's no reason not to.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of the direction we're going to go for the next couple months.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love it because, even though that social distancing's here and we're limited to the size of events or the amount of people that can be in one area, there's a blessing in that disguise because virtually you can literally reach more people than you can fit inside of that stadium. So even though that we want to see them, we want to see them, we want to have that community. It seems like there's a little bit of a blessing. So definitely, if you can't make it out when we find out those dates and times for the place in Bainbridge for your ruck.
And honestly, it's right. And I'll pass that information along to you guys. But it's been a great push so far. Actually, one of the things I was going to cover that I didn't really talk about was that we just handed out about 3,000 pounds of gear.
Wow.
And that was statewide. Actually led by my own Veronica Davis, my right-hand man, if you will. And then we had some great people from the local Veterans Independent Enterprise of Washington, Damon Hunt, all those good people who really made the push happen. So we had organizations from across the state actually driving down from Yakima, Spokane, to get this gear to hand out to their homeless veterans.
Wow.
Now, without having the resource fair and things like that people are used to using and finding, and with those things being put on hold with COVID, how are people finding you? Has there been a disconnect in people being able to get the services they need? Are you seeing a greater need?
The need has just gotten huge, to be honest with you. We've been giving out hot meals. We've been giving out gear. We've been, referring resources out to individuals. So I think the biggest thing is people's, like you said, Andy, it really comes down to people want to see people. And I think that's been the biggest disconnect, that emotional burden that a lot of people are carrying. Really? But as far as access to us, we've really been able to coordinate with the state.
Oh, good.
So for a lot of veterans, we use a coordinated system called Washington Serves.
Okay.
And so a lot of the providers who are used to being out there in the community, and I mean, I'm a social butterfly or a peacock, got to fly, right?
Right.
So that said, it has given us the ability to actually coordinate with each other without actually having to leave the office or do all these things. And the veteran doesn't even have to leave the safety of their own home. Which, again, I encourage. If you can get out, get some exercise, have fun. Who doesn't, right?
Right.
But in this case, it gives them the ability to get services from their own chair. So I think the only downside is, again, you're missing that personal experience. But the plus side is they're not losing out on the services.
Right. The services are still there. They're still available.
Yeah. Wow.
And even almost more accessible because you can do it from home.
Oh, absolutely.
In a time when people do need it so much.
Yeah. So I would say for any veteran or family member that's looking for services right now, Washington Serves or WA Serves is the best way for them to get access to it. It's so direct. It's so just straight to the point, and then it reaches out to any service in their area.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
And they'll be able to find you there as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
Well, that's probably going to wrap everything up for today. Tell us one more time about the event that you have going here, the Rock the Ruck, and where people can sign up and support that one last time here.
Absolutely. So for those of you who want to get involved, just go on to the Eventbrite, select Rock the Ruck. The sign-up's right there, $5 donation, and then, knock out your 22K. Bicycling, on a treadmill, walking, grocery store, just add them up. And then at the end of it, be good to go. We'll send you a nice medal, a cool shirt, and life will be good.
Yeah. Well,
right.
I know you didn't encourage it, but I'm going to encourage it because we're digital. Take a photo.
Right,
go
right.
live with it. Tag people and tag 9 Line in it, because what you're going to do is not everybody in your network is going to hear this message today. Right. The only way that they're going to hear this message is if you share it.
Right.
And so we have got to share the awareness of what we have going on, especially when it has such an impact in our local community. So thank you, Sean, for coming on board today.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Well, we'll be right
exciting.
back with our next guest. And again, support 9 Line with everything they have going on. We have a scroll text. And we love it. Can't wait to see your 22 Ks out there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.